Hoo-wee, good afternoon, realists. We are in the building and we get ready to get down for the get down here in a minute. We are about 2 minutes shy of 2 o'clock by my time devices. So I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to get off in the building here, and we will get started with Thursday Live in a little bit. Got a lot of fun stuff planned for you, a lot of informative stuff, a lot of questions that are going to challenge your sensibilities, um, get you to think about things versus reacting to them. That's very important to know because a lot of people expect you to react to things versus responding to them. Reacting is one thing, responding, something different altogether. I mean, responding to something is one thing, reacting to it is something different. When you're reacting, you're not in control. But we'll get to that in a minute on Thursday Live. Be real with D Real. I'm going to go and get me a tasty beverage. I'm going to be right back and we going to get started. Chocolate oat milk, beverage of champions. All righty. It does not look like it's no folks in. Oh, it is some folks. It's one folk. Sound off when y'all get in here, man. Let me know y'all in the building. Don't just be all stalkery, staring at me from far away and not saying nothing. Didn't your mama teach you to announce yourself when you walk into a room? that's what I was taught to do. Just in case y'all didn't know, I got numbers that pop up in the corner when y'all come in the room. So I see y'all in the room, sitting in the room. So say, damn, my man D Steezel, always first. Oh, well, not always first, but 99.99% of the time, you was first. So what's good, D Steezel? What's good, baby? We in here. And somebody else in here that ain't announcing themselves, but I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let y'all be invisible, but not invisible. So, anywho, we in here doing a live for those that don't know, and some of the things I'm gonna be talking about For one, of course, you know we're gonna talk about the Nate Moore T'Challa debacle, and it's kind of if you joined me or rather not join me, but join my man Theo B on his page for his live yesterday. This is kind of going to be a continuation, whereas his was just kind of expressing the outrage and us kind of, talking about it and processing how we feel about it. I'm more of a it's chess, not checkers kind of a thing. We starting to get some snow up here. Where you at, D Steezel? Cause I'm in Alaska, baby, and not only do we have snow, it's colder than a polar bear toenails up in this piece, man. Currently in Alaska, the temperature is 3 degrees. Top that if you can. Wisconsin, stop it. Is it 3 degrees in Wisconsin, D? Ooh, oh my. Yeah, it's cold in the mug out here. And there's a little bit of wind going too. Uh Say it feel like -6 with the wind. Oh, 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 damn, fam. I used to work out at the airport, man, as a ramp agent many, many, many moons ago when my back could handle that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, that is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Ain't nobody got time for all that. I know I don't. I ain't trying to be outside in nobody's cold weather doing nothing. Or if I am, I'm not in a cold weather doing it for very long. You feel me? I get it, bro. You got to get that paper. You got to get that cheese. It look like there's more people in the building. Where y'all at, man? Make some noise. Sound off. Let me know y'all in the building. Say hi. Say hey. Say what up. Say kiss my butt. Whatever. Just let me know y'all in the building. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get started when we get maybe a couple more. Brother Ray Smith, what's happening? I am maintaining. I'm about to put us on a path here in a second. But I'm just waiting for a couple of more of our faithful to get in. Hopefully, it'd be some more people from that from Theo B's live yesterday. Because I wanna keep that steam rolling, so to speak. You know what I mean? I want us to, we need to gain momentum with this because if you can't see it building, there ain't going to be no reason for you to help continue to make it build, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Strategizing. We need to do some strategizing. We're gonna have some fun in here too, but we need to do a little bit of strategizing. We about 8 minutes deep. I'm gonna take maybe a couple more minutes, and then we just gonna go ahead and dig in to what we have to dig into. I got plans. I'm a planner. I'm a strategist. It's what I have to do. And matter of fact, in my social work job, that is absolutely what I have to do for other people. I have to plan and strategize. I have to map out an A, B, and C for them. What works, what don't work. Nitty gritty BP topic. Yeah, damn Skippy. It's nitty and gritty. And it's a little bit witty because as I've said, I'm strategizing. That rhyme. He's a poet. Spitting hot fire. Anyways, though, do not scoff at humble beginnings. We beginning a little bit humbly, but we gonna finish like Iron Fist. Not the Netflix Iron Fist. We gonna finish like the comic book Iron Fist. And that's one thing. Matter of fact, while I got y'all in here, that's a question I want to ask. Now, how do y'all feel? It's 9:47, so we gonna go ahead and get started. That's how long we've been in here. Not that's what time it is. How do y'all feel about Marvel comics versus Marvel movies. Now, what I mean by that, um, do y'all feel like Marvel Studios with their comics and their projects and whatnot, do you feel like they're on the rise or the decline? Oh yeah, Comic Iron Fist is 1000% superior. So mull that around a little bit and let me see the response in the comments. Ray Smith said, I prefer the comics. Marvel, meaning Marvel Studios or Marvel Entertainment, is too woke for me. Yeah. Um, they seem to be smitten with the idea of black girl magic. Not that that's a bad thing, but black girl magic at the expense of black men or at the dispensing of black men is not a good thing. I want to see the queen shine just like the queens want to see the queens shine, but I want to see the kings shining right there with them. But we've had this conversation before, y'all. It's got to be about everybody or it ain't about nobody. You know, it's got to work for everybody. How you feel about it, D Diesel? Comics or cinema? I know I'm preaching to the choir, but D Diesel said before this recent news, I was 70-30. Good, bad. Now I'm 60-40. Okay. So 40% of you still wants to rock with Marvel Entertainment / Marvel Studios. Okay, we'll come back to that for sure. Ray Smith said that is my point. Also, making characters gay for an agenda is wrong, in my opinion. Well, for me, changing a character drastically in any way, shape, or form without good reason is wrong. Sort of like when they decided to make Bobby Drake, Iceman, gay after the fact, or he came out, or he just realized that he was gay. Why? What end does that serve? If you need a gay mutant, make a mutant gay. You know what I'm saying? I grew up watching Spider-Man and his amazing friends back in the day, where Iceman and Firestar, they was, more or less having this kind of friendly competition to see who could get at Firestar, Peter Parker, and Bobby Drake was. And that got imprinted, on my memory banks. And so I was like, Bobby Drake is, he trying to mac Angelica Jones. Now you decide, oh, he's saying things like, oh, I'm saving myself for Captain America. And what happens if Iceman is some little kid's role model? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with diversity, but if I started off digging a heterosexual Iceman, but then you give me a homosexual one without trying to find out what my feelings are about it, or you just changing it to make more money and not necessarily because you want to be true to the nature of the character, no bueno. That's no good. Yeah, he was after Lorna. Yeah, matter of fact, him and Lorna Dane dated for a little while in the comics before she got all fickle and dumped him for Alex Summers, aka Havoc. Yes, I remember that quite vividly. Even did it in the X-Men cartoon back in the 90s. They had an episode where X Factor, they didn't X Factor and the X-Men met up. So yeah. Yeah, it was. It was. And you know what? I don't have a problem again with it. Like I said, if you want to make some gay characters, some trans characters, whatever else kind of characters you want to make, do that. But don't take beloved characters and just twist them and say this is what's up because we doing this to appeal to a demographic. With Superman, what they did with Superman, whereas rather than make Superman gay, they made his son gay. Or I'm sorry, they made his son bisexual. That's fine. I'm 150,000% cool with that. But the problem with that is going to be we can't make Jonathan Kent Superman the Superman as long as Clark Kent Kal-El Superman is still alive. And if you decide to permanently kill Clark Kent, I don't even know what I'm saying. There ain't no way they're going to permanently kill Clark Kent. They might kill him off, for a couple of years just so Jonathan Kent can get his shine. But nah, the very first superhero, I don't see them trying to murder him off. I don't see them trying to murder him off at all. Okay. I think I'm gonna get into my questions of the day. Couple questions actually. My first question is, and listen carefully. Given a choice, that's why I prefaced it with given a choice, because I know slick cats like y'all gonna say something like both. No, given a choice, how should African Americans be depicted in media, comics, movies, cartoons, the nine? With dignity or with accuracy? And tell me why. Think about it. Think real hard. Think real hard for your answer. What we doing? What we doing, D. Steezel, Brother Ray? I'm going to sip my chocolate in my Black Panther cup. Meanwhile, without black people, you wouldn't have these. Did you know you wouldn't have potato chips if it wasn't for black people? Did you know you wouldn't have the mop without black people? But anyway, back to the question at hand. Dang, what's up, y'all? Y'all, how much thought y'all? Okay. Brother Ray says, with dignity, because we have been depicted in every other way there is. Okay. When these phones stop tripping, I got a follow-up question to that question. And this one is gonna really make you think. Matter of fact, he can answer in one big answer. Brother Ray, since you say dignity, do you feel like being treated with dignity in media will create a atmosphere of equality or equity? And though I know you are a learned, intelligent brother, I just kind of want to give you a quick understanding, or at least the way I'm talking about it in this context, of equity and equality. The example I think of right away is Three men standing in front of a fence and they want to watch a baseball game. One of those men is 6'4". One of those men is 5'10". And another man is 5'4". This fence is 6 feet high. Now, the 6'4" man don't have no problem seeing over a 6-foot fence. He's fine. That 5'10" man, however, might have to grab the fence and pull himself up to see it. Now, this 5'4" man, on the other hand, he can't see nothing. And he's got to jump to get a hold of that fence and literally do a chin up to see it. You know what that is an example of? Equality. They are all on level ground. They are all given. Well, not given, but they all have the same opportunity. And no pun intended, they are all on equal footing. Now, with equity, that 6'4" man, again, he does not need anything to see over that fence because he's 4 inches taller than that fence. So he's fine. The 5'10" man, struggling. So we give him a box to stand on. Now he can see over the fence with no struggle. 5'4" man might need 3 or 4 boxes to see over that fence. He can see now. That is an example of equity. Meeting you where you're at and supporting you from there. So, bearing in mind, these are the question was, how should African Americans be depicted? With dignity or accuracy? And depending on which one you choose, is it equitable or equal? You're 6'3". Okay, hooray. But do you dig where I'm shoveling to? And this is the core problem that we have in media with our depiction. And based on y'all answers, I'll tell you why. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. It's my question of the day. And when I get done with this question, we're gonna go into our first core topic. Brother Ray says, I believe it will create equity by treating people with dignity. It will create equity by treating us with dignity. Not scoffing at your answer, sir. I am thinking about it. If we are treated with dignity, that will create equity. Because you're saying essentially they're going to have to meet us. Oh, and Diesel says dignity too. Do you believe being treated with dignity will create equity? So essentially, what both of you are saying is if we're treated with dignity, it will cause the mainstream media to meet us where we're at. I bet y'all are typing up a storm. And Brother Ray says, if you respect me, meet me where I am. Okay. Meet me where I am and support me. Oh, you preached a sermon. Please don't leave me where you found me. Ha ha! Okay. I like that. I like that. I like that. Please don't leave me where you found me. Okay. And so many times in media, they leave us where they found us with an unclear understanding of how we are. Okay. Okay. I'm going to look that up, bruh. I'm going to look that up. All right. First article of the day. Iron Mike Tyson. Okay. I read an article. This article was in the Washington Post on Tuesday. It said Mike Tyson died. Died is in parentheses, meaning not really dead. Mike Tyson died while tripping on psychedelic toad venom. What? Okay. First, what you doing? Smoking toad venom. Toad venom? You can't make this up, bro. Let me read y'all a little bit of this article. The article says Mike Tyson dropped dead from drugs. Sorta. I died during my first trip. The 55-year-old former champion boxer told the Washington Post, a Miami conference dedicated to psychedelics, microdosing, and medicine called Wonderland. Okay, that's one to keep your eye on. In my trips, I've seen that death is beautiful. Mm. Life and death both have to be beautiful, but death has a bad rep. The toad has taught me that I'm not going to live forever. There is an expiration date. The toad is Bufo alvarius, a Mexican amphibian, otherwise known as the Sonoran desert toad. It spends 7 months of the year living underground, but when it's active, its venom can be smoked to produce a short psychoactive trip. The venom has been long used in traditional healing rituals, but with the popularity of LSD among the rich and famous, the toad is getting a little more action. Okay. He said he did it as a dare. Some people lick the toads. He says he's now tripped on toad 53 times, sometimes 3 times in the same day. He said he lost 100 pounds in 3 months. Started boxing again and reconnected with his wife and children. Yeah, I think we are all of a like mind on this one. Mike tripping. Literally. And figuratively and up in the head. I mean, I wouldn't say that to Mike's face, but yeah, Mike, I mean, bruh, I thought Mike was getting better. You know what I mean? Because it seemed like, he's becoming more of an entrepreneur and he's, trying to get his life right, and he got speech therapy and he ain't talking so much like that anymore. He's kind of getting, but he's smoking toads. Wow. Now, being a fella who was me myself, I was afraid in back. I was afraid to experiment with anything other than marijuana and shrooms because I knew wasn't none of that gonna kill me, or at least in a perfect world. But yeah, I wasn't trying to go beyond nothing. And it was, some crazy stuff going on in my lifetime. So toad smoking, yeah. I, yes, Diesel. I do remember when he had his own Adult Swim cartoon. And that should say it all. Mike Tyson, it had a Mr. T kind of vibe, but on a psychedelic, trippy kind of, you know what I mean? It had a Norm Macdonald was playing like a talking pigeon, and then he had like kids around and was doing and saying things that you shouldn't do and say around kids. Yeah, my yeah, Mike was definitely he definitely on one, man. Yeah. Um, I I was on the radio the other day. Well, I'm on the radio every Wednesday. 106.1 KONR Out North Radio. And it streams also. So you can go to outnorthradio.com and check it out. It's called the Business Mixer. So I would encourage y'all, if you ain't doing nothing on Saturday at, I guess, 11 o'clock Pacific time, 2 o'clock Eastern, check your boy out on the radio with my co-host, Miss Jasmine. And we talk about everything. It's mostly like business and entrepreneurial based, but we also talk about social issues and pop culture issues. And I've even had my man Theo B on the show, and we were talking about the T'Challa recast. And it's good food. It's a good vibe. These Diesel said it felt like Mr. T mixed with Scooby Doo and Beavis and Butthead. I felt like it felt more like Mr. T mixed with Eon Flux and Scooby Doo. Because it was some trippy, weird stuff going on. Okay. Let's get to it, y'all. This this uh this T'Challa thing. I have been mulling it over in my head, and I even discussed it yesterday on my radio show with my co-host. And my co-host being she's very connective. She's very what's the word I'm looking for? Um she makes things happen. How about that? She makes things happen. Yeah, Eon Flux. Yeah, you remember the cartoon on what was it? MTV? Yeah. Oh, that was trippy. Trippy. That and the Max. Super trippy. Anyway, um, she made the suggestion to me of trying to, because we do a lot of black business expos up here because we need to increase the awareness of black businesses, and that's kind of what we do on the radio show and in person as often as we can. But she made the suggestion because I was telling her about this situation that we're having with bruh Nate, and I use the term bruh loosely. And she is willing to put together a business expo and make him the keynote speaker. Now, I don't want to go any further than that in public, but if it pans out, we might be able to be strategic about this, because it is chess, not checkers. And how's that saying go? Keep your friends close. Yeah. Because me, myself, I need to hear him say it. You know what I mean? And that way, moving forward, I know how I'm going to respond. I know how I'm going to respond now, but to know we've taken it to the next level, because me talking to y'all on this format is just the first step. Okay. It's my job, my responsibility to raise awareness. But once awareness about it is raised, I need y'all to take it into your circles. I need y'all to take it to where y'all are commoners. And what I mean by commoners is in your demographic, in your community, in your wherever, and raise awareness, especially amongst us, because we collectively are split down the middle. I can't tell you how many different social media sites I've been on and seen this conversation, or should I say, this debate about recast, not recast. Oh, they ain't recasting. So what? Oh, how did they come to this conclusion? Blah, 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 so on and so forth. Why are there Black people in America that are indifferent about T'Challa not ever being recast ever again? Those are the people we need to reach, because it's time for some truth. More casual, these Diesel, and that's what I'm talking about. More casual fans need to step it up. How do we get casual fans to step it up when they already are like, oh, there ain't gonna be no T'Challa? And I've literally seen that and heard that from Black people and people of color. It's like they don't give a rat's behind, you know? But again, me too, D Diesel. I noticed it from the jump. But what do we do? I'm a solutions type of cat. You know what I'm saying? I'm a solutions type of cat. Ray Smith, he said, I would ask him how he would feel if you support someone you care about, even when they are broke. Yeah. And you put in their pockets and support them. Okay. But there are people that don't support Marvel. Casuals. Casuals don't support Marvel as a whole. Casuals support Marvel Entertainment and Marvel Studios. Casuals Casuals don't watch cartoons. Casuals don't read comic books. Casuals don't you see what I'm getting at? Casuals don't buy action figures. The bulk of that money that they are getting comes from casuals, just, and pardon the expression, casually going into movie theaters and giving their money to Marvel Studios to watch this stuff, not knowing we aren't being accurately or fairly represented, or that we are requesting specific things and we're not getting them. Yeah, they're on their feet now, Mr. Smith, and they have forgotten all about us, the people who got them there. We are the ones. We are the ones who went out in 1998 and seen Blade in force. We are the ones that supported that crappy X-Men franchise. Yes, I'm saying it. The X-Men franchise was crappy. Other than Days of Future Past and maybe First Class, I didn't really think any of that was X-Men-ish, because they put all their focus on Wolverine. Wolverine ain't the only X-Men on Earth. Okay, D. Diesel. So who's everyone else? You said we can't work on the haters. I get that. But there are casuals who simply just aren't aware of what their actions are doing because they don't monitor formats like mine. They don't monitor formats like Back of the Bus or E-Man's Reviews or Theo B or Gabbo. They don't monitor none of that. So they aren't in the know about what Marvel really is, or more accurately, isn't doing. So that's what I'm saying. How do we raise? Because that's the next step. Is saturation. It's got to get saturated into the general public, i.e., the casuals, so that they understand. Nate Moore ain't got your best interest in mind. He just wants your money. I agree 100%, Mr. Smith. Without us, Marvel definitely would have went under. Because you want me to tell you, what makes that cycle go round and round and round and round? Because I'm gonna tell you, 100%, 100%. Stop me if I'm lying. Okay, if you're like me, and I'm pretty sure y'all are, you are the comic book expert in your clique. And when a comic book based movie comes out, people go, AD, or hey, Mr. Smith, what'd you think about Captain America and the Winter Soldier? What'd you think about Guardians of the Galaxy? And based on what you say, your casual friends go out and see that movie. And unknowingly, you have given them the desire to go out and see more superhero based movies. They go based on our recommendations. I have friends who call me all the time and say, should I go see Venom? What's up with that Venom? What's up with Black Widow? What's up? All the time. All the time. It begins right there. Okay? We have to change that narrative. Hey, D, what'd you think of Eternals? I ain't like it. Why? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's why I didn't like it. Oh, okay. I was getting ready to take my. It's up to you. You can take your family if you want to. You say I'm usually one of the few comic book experts on most channels that talk about this stuff. Yeah, but where I need you to talk about it at is to your friends who come to you and say, D, should I go see this movie? D, should I continue to mess with Marvel? Yes, they ask me, is it true to the comics too, Mr. Smith? And I tell them nothing cinematically at this point has been 100% true to the comics. Nothing. I can't think of a superhero based movie that is 100% true to the comics. In order to make it cinematically feasible, you have to dumb it down at least by 10%. You know, because comic book concepts sometimes people they don't be getting a lot of it, you know? And so I understand making it feasible to a casual. I get that. Okay. What I don't get, we're going to replace Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne with Natasha Romanoff and Clint Barton. What? You know? I mean, I can see Cap being thrown in. I mean, because technically, if we're being honestly perfectly accurate, issues 1, 2, and 3 of Avengers did not contain a Captain America. Captain America's added because visually, Captain America appeals to a demographic. Yeah. And just like I said in a video earlier this week about making Age of Ultron better, they missed a perfect opportunity in Age of Ultron to depict Cap's kooky quartet. You had Cap, you had Hawkeye, you had the Scarlet Witch, you had Quicksilver. if nothing else but a little mission, little side mission that they went off on together in that movie would have been great fan service to people like us. Some of D says some of my homies ask those questions, but some of them are DC fans, so the T'Challa being MIA is a non-issue. Well, I guess that boils down, convincing them of that boils down to the fact of if they are people of color or not. Because if you are a person of color, whether you are a fan of T'Challa or not, especially a black person, did you know T'Challa was the first black superhero? That's what needs to come out. Did you know how important T'Challa was to the Marvel Universe? Did you know T'Challa's technology is what's incorporated in everything that the Avengers use? Kimoyo cards, remember? They were Kimoyo cards before they became the Kimoyo beads. Quinjets are made by the Wakanda Design Group, not Stark. Why was that little change made? This is stuff that was going on from the very, very beginning. So, in closing on that topic, I just want to say, heighten awareness, even if it falls on deaf ears. Heighten awareness. Route them over here to me. I'll talk to them. I got plenty of videos on my page that'll give them the food that they need to stand up and say, maybe I ought to be paying attention to this. Because I love DC too, man. I'm Legion of Superheroes, Green Lantern, The Flash, anything that has to do with Fourth World, love it. You know, Commandy. Oh, that's old school. But yeah, Justice League. Yeah, I am a comic book fan, not just a Marvel fan, but my field of expertise is Marvel. Okay. In closing, quick question before I close. What would be your ideal Marvel movie? Who'd be in it? What would be the plot? And who'd be the actors? Okay. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. There's a 2-second delay between comments. So y'all must either be thinking or typing. Or typing as you think. Yes. The only thing I can say about that, D, express the importance of that and how the importance of that being represented in cinema or being represented in all forms of media. It ain't about Marvel DC. Just like Colin Kaepernick was trying to get people to understand it ain't about the flag or dissing the military. Oh, what Marvel movie? Black Panther with Yahya Abdul-Mateen II with the correct origin. My dude, that's an OG response right there. That's an OG response. And I can't say that I disagree with it. That would be a most excellent movie. In my opinion, doing Black Panther correctly probably would have made more billions than what they did. FYI. What would my ideal Marvel movie be? The Avengers done correctly with the right lineup. What would have been so hard about putting Hank and Janet? Oh, because he smacks his wife around. Yeah, okay. But y'all did a sex scene in Eternal, so if we could show sex, then we can show abuse. La 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 la. That's and Hank Pym wasn't smacking his wife around when they first got together in the Avengers. It was years before he started smacking his wife around. So there you go. That if that was the only reason why y'all didn't depict it that way, cop out. Well, Mr. Smith, in the comics, they make it seem like he hit her more than once. Plus, he really abused her in the 1610 universe. He abused the mess out of her. She shrunk down to get away from him, and he chased her down with some ants and let the ants attack her. So, yeah, he was a real a-hole in the Ultimate Universe. Yeah, I agree 100% that Hank excuses played out, especially since they having sex in Marvel movies now. So, I don't see that being any worse. So we in agreement on that tip. Okay. Yes, Mr. Smith. Again, you are right as usual. We are just talking 616. Thanksgiving. What y'all doing for Thanksgiving? I do not do traditional Thanksgivings. I haven't done traditional Thanksgiving for a number of years. What I am going to do for Thanksgiving is something I like to call Bruner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Make breakfast foods, lunch foods, dinner foods. Not necessarily traditional turkey and dressing and all of that, because I mean I done had enough of that to last a lifetime. So I'm not that crazy about all of that. And then the history of Thanksgiving kind of makes me want to celebrate it my own way versus the traditional lie that they've told us for decades and decades that the pilgrims were friendly and came in and said, "Oh, could you please help us?" I ain't even gonna go into the atrocities surrounding Thanksgiving. So traditional holidays, we should reconsider what we're doing on them. Just my idea, just my thought, just my process. If that's how y'all feeling, more power to you. If not, it is what it is. Oh my goodness, y'all. I am 52 minutes in. Okay, you are going to visit your brother and watch football. And I'm pretty sure the Cowboys will be playing because they play on every doggone Thanksgiving. But they playing my Chiefs this weekend, and I hope the Chiefs prevail. I will call upon the powers that be. Well, y'all, it has been great sitting in here chopping it up with y'all, picking your brains about what you're gonna do and how you feel and what's happening and all of that good stuff. But I got to go be a good daddy. I got to go pick up my baby from school. So, y'all get back at me. Same bad time, same bad channel, y'all. And I will be here strategizing. So, catch me during the week. I'm starting to put out a higher amount of videos. So, you'll probably get more about me sending out videos and whatnot. So I'm gonna keep them coming as long as y'all keep digging them. I'll be back with another one next Thursday. Well, I don't know. We're gonna watch the climate and see if it's actually feasible for me to do a live on Thursday. I will be getting at y'all with another one of them other ones. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. I will see you on the flip side. Y'all be good. Be good to each other.